Jameer Gibbs. Breakout season loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone. Touchdown.
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
Welcome into the Braylon Edwards show here on Woodward Sports 2.0. How you guys doing out there? How are you feeling out there? Because I know these wildfires, I know this smoke, I know this air, this non-breathable air that is. I know it's getting you down. We'll talk about that a little bit in a second. But first, let me say what's up to the crew, including my host, Anson Wells. How you feeling over there?
Hello. I like times like these. I enjoy people watching, and I enjoy the reaction of the people.
Some conspiracy stuff is coming. It's coming down the pipeline. I see you, Anson, at the bit.
I don't know if Riley knows where the X-Files drop is, but we'll get there.
Well, you introduced him, so might as well come to him. My man on the audio booth today is none other than Spartan himself, Riley.
Right.
Riley, how you feel? You know, I always
right.
got to throw the Michigan State out there, man. So you got to feel good about it.
I love when he's in, man. But equal the scale a little bit.
100%. We're duality now. We have that duality as Justin is getting Riley set up over there as he's getting the graphics set up as well.
I like the wildfire motif.
There we go. See, look, and you know what?
For a second, I was like, why is everyone on fire?
Shout out to Justin. I'm talking about 2 minutes ago. I literally looked at the graphic. It was Barry, it was the captain, and it was the current captain. I said, man, that'd be kind of cool if it was on fire, kind of to isolate what's going on in Canada, which is coming over to Detroit. And look at that. In 2 seconds, he's got the fire going on. Jason Satawa,
awesome.
Appreciate you for that, legendary. With that being said, excited for the open. Let's talk a little bit about the wildfires. A lot of people don't necessarily know how the wildfires happen, why Detroit's atmosphere is struggling for air. So I'll explain that in a brief moment. And then, two, one of the movies that I've been waiting a very long time came out today, and I will be in the theaters at 5:50 going to see The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so excited to see that. But first, the Canadian wildfires. Here you go. The wildfires are driven by a combination of weather patterns, climate factors, and abundant fuel on the forest floor. Sustained heat waves and severe drought conditions across parts of Canada have dried out forest ecosystems. This turns grass, pine needles, and dead trees into highly flammable kindling. The ignited sources. Now, this is how it catches on fire. In the summer, these dry forests are easily ignited. Lightning strikes from dry thunderstorms. Lightning strikes, dry thunderstorms are primarily the natural cause, while human activities such as unattended campfires and equipment sparks triggers others. Why they are destroying Detroit's air quality. The reason Detroit is experiencing some of the worst air quality in the world comes down to the weather patterns and the chemical makeup of wildfire smoke. Detroit sits directly downwind of the major active fire zones in Ontario. That's Canada, if you did not know. There you go. Strong atmospheric winds, Detroit traveling from the northwest to the southeast, act as giant conveyor belt carrying massive concentrated plumes of smoke directly across the Great Lakes and dropping them straight into Michigan. So basically put, Michigan is the mass for the state of Ohio and the state of Illinois. That's what it seems like in this situation. Anson, what say you about the fires? Because as bad as it is out there, I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to go into some conspiracy space. But whenever the term wildfires comes up, whether it's L.A., whether it's Cali and what they dealt with in the past, whether it's Ontario from time to time, it's never been this bad. But from time to time, it just seems like it's easy to say, oh, yeah, well, this is natural. It happens. Do you have any conspiracy, Anson, on the topic for me? I'm going to let you have this one. I'm going to take the Odyssey.
Maui.
There we go. As in Hawaii.
California. Have you, okay, so trust the science, right? At what temperature does aluminum alloy melt and run down a hill? Okay?
10,000 degrees.
Not at the same temperature that wood burns, okay? And when you look at Maui, you look at El Nino Costero in Ecuador, you look at what happened over in the Mediterranean islands, you look at all of these places. Take a look at Agenda 2030 and 15-minute cities. In fact, your great motor city is on the docket to become a 15-minute city, something that you should fear terribly. and sincerely for your children and grandchildren. And it's so strange that these fires continue to happen around the world right next to proposed 15-minute cities.
Let me pause you right there and let me explain what a 15-minute city is. I'm glad you went there. This theory ties the wildfires to a broader globalist conspiracy.
That's in there for you, huh?
100%. See, I was prepared. Regarding urban planning, the claim, conspiracists argue that the government is deliberately burning down rural and forested areas of Ontario, i.e. America as well, to destroy private property and force rural citizens to relocate. The ultimate goal, according to the theory, is to force the population into 15-minute cities, urban zones where people's movement is restricted and heavily monitored.
Social scoring. It's real stuff. You saw Argentina, right? All the wildfires down there. Just so happened all of those wildfires happened right after the Argentinian government had declared that disaster land could be bought up by private investors.
There you go.
And all of a sudden you got all of these fires. But I don't want to go too far down that one.
I appreciate that.
Stinks. Real fishy. Stinks just like it stinks outside. But, I enjoy watching people. And today we were outside and enjoying one of our bountiful bounties from one of our beautiful sponsors. And I saw a man smoking a cigarette with his mask pulled down.
I don't get it. You can stand outside for 2 hours. That's already equivalent to smoking a pack or two.
But
why need to smoke outside?
I'm not seeing the people wearing their masks right now. I get it. But you better not be going to any bonfires this summer, all right? If you do, you better be wearing your mask. Now, if you're going to smoke cigarettes, dude, leave the mask at home. Okay?
What say you about the situation before we get off of it, Justin? This is what it is. This is where we are. Stay indoors. Keep it moving.
I mean, kinda. But this weekend, this ain't gonna stop me from going on my boat. I'm just saying. It sucks. It's tough out here, but you know what? I smoke a lot of weed for a reason, so we're all good, baby.
I appreciate that thought. I would say just jump into the water from time to time. Make sure you get a quick dip.
I definitely.
I don't have to tell you, especially with the amnesia, working for you this weekend. Now, this weekend, if you're going to see a movie, you got to go check out Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I am a large Iliad Odyssey fan, Greek mythology. Let me nerd out for a little bit. Put the other graphic up there, if you will. That's Sean Bean. Because I'm explaining a little bit about the Iliad and Odyssey is and how it tracks. It should be in there. Should be. Remember Troy? Look for the guy from Troy. Should be a picture. Yep. And boom goes the dynamite. So if you remember Troy, the movie, Brad Pitt plays Achilles, the whole 9 yards, blah, blah, blah. They lose. Talking about the city of Troy. Troy loses. He wins. He's on the city of Sparta. This movie and this story, it charts. Remember this guy? Remember this character? This is King Odysseus. Odysseus is the king of Ithaca. He's not an action hero, if you will. He's an intelligence guy. He's the brains guy. He's the brains behind, you guessed it, the Spartan Trojan horse, which is how the Spartans snuck into Troy and then they proceeded to wipe them out 1,000%. This movie follows this character who is now played by not Mark Wahlberg, but Matt Damon. It charts his journey after the war, trying to get back to Ithaca, a 10-year journey it ends up being. And throughout the journey, because he pissed off Poseidon, if you don't know who that is the god of the sea, pissed off Poseidon, talking all types of ish, like, man, you don't control me. I can do what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm this, I'm that. Well, he showed him, and he sent him on a course that took 10 years to get back home. He had to fight the Cyclops. Cyclops is just that. I ain't talking about the X-Men character. I'm talking about big, tall giants with one eye. In fact, can't tell you that story because you got to watch it, but it's a great one because nobody knew how the Cyclops got beat up because of, I won't tell you. The Sirens as well as Cillian Sharpus. I just love Greek mythology. I know a lot of it's bullshit, but it is what it is. It's fun. It's interesting. And Christopher Nolan is going to put his hell of a spin on. So I'm excited to go see this. Anybody excited to see this or anything else that is coming out this year? Because I put another graphic there. A lot of action movies coming out this year. And I think Justin may be excited about one of them as it relates to comic book lore.
You're a nerd, dude.
I am. 100%. I used to love.
You just gave
history.
the whole thing. You held some spoilers back. I think they appreciate
saw that? I
Yeah,
held
I
spoilers
did.
back?
Not all of them, but yeah.
Well,
Done.
I didn't tell everything. I gave you kind of like the synopsis of what the story is, but
I couldn't let you get out of that without being called a nerd.
You know what? I'm glad I said it, and I actually text everybody, "What's up?" to the chat. I texted and said I was gonna nerd out a little bit, so I'm excited to go see the Odyssey. We'll see it at 5:50 today, but there are a ton of movies coming out. Justin, I know you're excited to see Spider-Man: Brand New Home, and for me, it sparked kind of a conversation. Talk about it.
Yeah, I'm a huge comic book nerd, and that's been my favorite movies all growing up. So, I know that you guys are going to get into some points about that universe that I do agree with. However, I don't think that you will see the effects on these next couple Marvel movies because there's going to be a conversation. Yeah. There's going to be the back conversation. There's going to be the Cowboys conversation where they have a really nice run of 2 movies when Spider-Man and Avengers Secret War comes out, but after that, it's going to be a very tough road for them to keep on that consistency track that they're going to have to be placed on to keep up with this list of movies. I mean, Bray, look at this list of movies. Yeah. There are so many good movies coming out, and that's good to see because I'm a movie guy. I like going to the movies.
100%. Still like the experience.
And I will say though, save your money and don't watch it on Disney Plus for Mandalorian Grogu. I'm the biggest Star Wars fan ever. That's one of the worst Star Wars projects I've ever seen, and it was totally Disney-fied. It felt like they were just selling like merchandise to you during the whole movie. Just an absolute terrible movie.
And you know what? And therein lies my issue with comic books. I think they're about to be obsolete. I think they still will be made because there's tons of money in it, but I don't think they'll be good again. You look at what Marvel's run was starting in 2007 with the
2008.
Hulk, and 2008 was Iron Man, but the Hulk came out first with Ed Norton. So like if you count Ed Norton, that came out in 2007. That was the first one. Iron Man is the notable first one.
I don't count them.
Okay, I'm cool with that. Fine. 2008, Iron Man. We didn't have an expectation on what these comic book movies were, and they just were game changing every time, from Iron Man to Avengers to Winter Soldier to Infinity War. Like it goes on and on to Guardians of the Galaxy. You didn't know what to expect if you didn't read the comic books. I loved all that.
Such a surprise.
100%.
Pleasant surprise that first.
And the
one
excitement was they allowed people to direct the movies in their vision. Whoever they were hiring, they were directing them in their vision. Now Disney, oh my God, they have botched the project. They have legitimately put in agendas in the project. It's goofy all of a sudden. Like, I think that Spider-Man and Secret Wars, which comes out next year, will be the last 2 good comic book movies. DC always craps.
Doomsday is going to be nuts too. Doomsday comes out in
I don't think it's going to be good. Like, why? And that goes back to my issue with the comic book universe from Marvel. You guys ran out of ideas, botched it up a lot, and so now what do we do? Here's the multiverse. Now we can do what the F we want to do. Now we can bring back this character, put this character over here. This character's not dead because this is Earth 810. Let's bring. So when you start doing things like that, it gets a little bit goofy. And then the Thor stuff. You watched that last Thor movie, which I'm not making that the benchmark for the Marvel movie. But when you watch Russell Crowe's fat ass in there and all the kind of the agendas, which is the proper way to say it in this day and age so you don't get canceled. Disney's agenda has poisoned the product of the comic books. That's why I'm saying that I think that they're in trouble after Spider-Man, which never tends to fail, and Secret Wars next season, which I think is going to be good next year.
And somehow DC has caught up because Clayface may end up being the best of all of these.
DC should have always been better. Because it's dark.
Just stick to Batman.
Like, it's easier. It's darker.
It is when you're talking about Batman. And in fact, the majority of the DC world isn't darker. It's stupid, high-color outfits with heroes void of proper villains.
Yeah.
And that's what makes Batman so great. He's a guy that you can relate with if you had some money. But his villains, he has them all, man. He's got the best villains. That's the one that I'm really looking forward to. X-Men, outside of Secret Wars, is the only trump card that Marvel has left to play.
Yeah.
When we were kids, it was
Fair.
all about Wolverine. It was all about the X-Men. It was about X-Men Saturday morning cartoon.
Hell yeah, 1993.
And the 97 one that came out was very, very good.
I've caught up, episode 5.
The
It's streaming now.
conversation
And they
is one
brought a
that I've
reboot
mentioned.
of X-Men 97, and people say that it's a very enjoyable series for people who watched X-Men 97
for
back
sure.
in the day.
It is.
I've heard great things about it.
I personally have not watched it.
I'm caught up.
But
It's
Yeah.
it's legit because what it does is it gives you that 93, 94, 95 element. It gives you cinematography, spins a little bit, but then it also adds a little bit of edginess, some grown stuff, and things that as you got older you wish you would have saw in 93, 95. They now can pull and add that to it, and you're like, oh, okay, this is dope.
So Naruto was just put into pre-production.
That's where you believe the way of the movie is. We'll wrap this
and
up,
I believe
but
that
that's
there's
the way.
about 5 or 6 of them. First and foremost, Pokemon is manga, guys. And if you don't know what manga is basically a Japanese comic book that came in a book. Now, it read, you open it the other way because it's Japanese, but after that, you have One Piece. And if you actually put every single Disney franchise together, it basically equals the same as Pokemon. But One Piece is a top 10 franchise. Dragon Ball Z is as well. And then you
Gotta
have
catch 'em all,
Demon
gotta
Slayer
catch 'em all.
as well as Naruto. We are watching the sad boy generation have kids. The guys that were
That's
watching
fair.
anime and collecting Pokemon and combing their hair down like this,
Collecting
on for the
Pog.
subathon.
Yeah.
Those guys are having kids right now, and that's what they're collecting. That's what they want to watch. And the era of superheroes is ushering its way out. And right now, the dawn of the age of manga is what we are seeing right now. Whether you like it or not, I mean, One Piece is everywhere. We got 10 more years locked in. But I listen, the Secret Wars, if they don't make it all about the Avengers and they make it about the whole universe, the way that it was written in the comic books,
Yep.
The
they can
Beyonder
crush
and
it.
everything else.
Beyonder,
The
baby.
Beyond. Come on now.
The black
And
I'm
they have
hit the black.
suit, the
'Cause
black
that's where,
suit, the symbiote.
That's where Moon Knight comes in. Like Moon Knight, that's why they introduced them in the
Yep.
TV shows because this is where they start to see them. This is where they
It's
start
all
to
of
feature.
them, man. It's Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's everybody. Even the black, the symbiote. The suit,
Symbiote goes on Spider-Man
What's-
Classic.
Just like we always talk about, and we'll be done with this because we got to get back into what's going on in Detroit with the Red Wings. More questions about that. But before we do that, it's almost like the NFL when you look at your roster. It's like, all right, cool, man. Like, what's the salary cap? How much are we paying? What does that roster look like? What the hell does the roster look like for Secret Wars? Like, what's the money going out on that? Like, what's the tickets going out on that? Because Robert Downey Jr., last time I checked, that MFR wasn't cheap.
No.
Like, and he's one of 700 characters that have been in the last 20 years worth of movies. I just want to know how much are they paying out. People talk about the money they make. Yeah, 1.4 billion, 1.8. Shit, what you got to pay?
To throw a little final word in here on your Odyssey, you've got Zendaya as Athena, Robert Pattinson as
She's
Antinius.
also in. She's getting
I
paid
have
because
the-
she's also in Dune 3 that comes out in December.
You got Travis Scott, you got John Leguizamo, Elliot Page, who everybody's mad about because he's 5'5", and the fact is
Elliot used to be-
back in the day that was the average height of people, so it's not that big of a deal. And then of course Charlize Theron as the Nympho Calypso. I might have read that wrong.
So
Nymph.
before we wrap this up, I do have that salary for you, Braylon.
Okay, I love
according
that.
to IMB and Vanity, so two pretty credible sources out there, Robert Downey Jr. is projected to make $50 million per movie for a grand total of $100 million over these 2 years for
Yeah.
Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. He has base play, but also he has back-end bonuses depending on the box office, how it does at the box office, and special perks including VIP treatment such as private jet travel, a dedicated security team, and elite trailers, all that jazz.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. did one of the smartest things ever, and he got it from Jack Nicholson.
Oh, and it has a director mandate that the Russo brothers have to direct both films in order for him to be in both films.
And that's smart. Why would you not go with the Russo brothers, man? Look, Robert Downey Jr., when he played in Iron Man 1, at that time, he was not necessarily the Robert Downey Jr. that we know now. He was just coming back from being a drug addict as well, addicted to alcohol, booze, partying, run-ins with the law, whatever, cleaned his act up. When they signed him to do Iron Man, they offered to pay him, it was $2 million. He said, nah, I'm cool. give me mine in licensing, give me mine in merch, give me mine. He said, give me a percentage of that. Well, that started in 2008. You do the math on that, and he got that from Jack Nicholson, who did a similar deal when Batman came out in 1989. He said, if you want me in the movie, it's $6 million plus I get merchandising, licensing on everything related to this movie. That's why Jack Nicholson still got that cash. Let's get into this Steve Yzerman stuff, but before we do that, how about you give us a message from All Day IPA by Founders.
Canadian Fire's got a bad taste in your mouth. Wash it out with All Day IPA. But seriously, guys, All Day IPA from Founders Brewing is the #1 in the IPA category for 15 years now, and it's because it's not bitter. It's citrusy, refreshing, balanced, crisp and clean, 4.7% alcohol by volume. It will pace you through the day, through the weekend if you need it to. But honestly, I know it's hot and I know it's nasty outside, so no better time than to get that great taste of the All Day IPA. But make sure when you do, you drink it responsibly.
Get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All Day IPA. Hop into easy.
You're building a whole combat sports enterprise in the heart of it in Detroit, and that's what I think is the coolest.
I think with opportunity, right? Like you said, maybe you like to punch people in the face for real, and you know you want to be a boxer, and you have an option there. Maybe you don't like getting punched in the face, and you want to make, you like the theatricals and the storylines, and so you have an avenue here. Maybe you start at one and then want to change to the other. I don't care. I just want you in the building and know that you have some place to go to explore that. Just having the ability to, what do you want to do and how do you want to do it to the best of your ability? And, it all starts with the kids.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
2,700 plus gyms around this country. I think Planet Fitness knows what they are doing. Come on down to Planet Fitness. Whether you're starting, continuing, excelling your journey, it's a place for you. There's no judgment, trainers on staff, and then everything in that gym is squeaky clean. They clean it so much sometimes it's a little bit annoying. If that's the criticism that your gym gets, that's not bad, and that's the place that you need to work out, man. 54 gyms now here in the great state of Michigan. Just pull up. Get your workout on, man. Time to get great. Time to do it the right place, and that place is Planet Fitness. All right, you saw the news yesterday. We talked about it here. The network has been talking about it. All the shows have been covering it, so we got 20 minutes for you. We're no different. Stevie Y out as the GM for the Detroit Red Wings came down yesterday. We're still not clear on the specifics of it. We don't know how it came about. We don't know whose decision it was. Don't know anything, so right now it's speculation. But, Jay, for me, I have 2 questions. 2 questions today.
Yes, sir.
Question 1. Is the genuine transition of power, is this an optics move? Or is it's like an optics move because they don't want to see themselves? How do I phrase this? Is it an optics move because you don't want the fan base to see you firing an icon? You can't fire Stevie Y here in Detroit. Is it an optics move in that sense?
I don't think so. Okay. I think that this is purely off of, from what I have gathered, it seems like Steve Yzerman wanted to continue to do what he is known for doing in the terms of the Larkin trade, and that is holding on to players until he gets the perfect deal where a team overpays to get him off of that. What that is causing, especially here in Detroit, is a lot of negative press towards the Detroit Red Wings. And I don't think that the ownership and the higher-ups were willing to go through an entire season of a trade negotiation being clawed out, finding new teams, trying to get to expand those. Like, think about how much negative publicity that the Red Wings have been getting since 2.5 months ago, since the Larkin trade request started. On top of that, with already the pressure that Steve Yzerman was already under. And I just think that after all this public pressure, like, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. And I think that the view of the public opinion was too strong in this case, and I think, as I said yesterday, I could see an avenue for Larkin, but in terms of Dylan Larkin as well, I think that he's also a victim of public opinion, as I don't know if he's going to be able to come back or even want to come back and recover his public image from what he has been gone through this entire, even though I would say that he played his last card and didn't necessarily quit, it's still, to a lot of people, is under the fact that he quit.
Did Yzerman truly decide his time was up, Anson, or the ownership realized that realistically, we can't fire this without the fan base going to a mutiny situation?
It took him 3 extra weeks to figure that out.
Right? Gordo.
I don't get that. I mean, listen, as a franchise, as a man, this isn't some GM who's been a GM in the league for 6 years. This is a guy who came up, was a superstar, went to another city, won championships, and then came here. The guy gets it. He understands the NHL calendar. If he was going to do this and he was thinking about it, and this was really a potential thing, it would have happened earlier. Same for the franchise. Something happened over the weekend. Something happened, Tuesday night. We know that these guys are buddies. We've talked about these guys being buddies. We've heard in interviews that Yzerman, on occasion, enjoys something that's legal here that we love. And I just imagine these two were having a conversation. And it might, over a couple of pops, gotten heated. I don't know this. This is all allegedly type of stuff. It's just the timing for me, Braylon. Yes, your record says you're a crap franchise, but this is a storied franchise that doesn't make these kind of off-season gaffes in terms of timing for big moves like this. This is like trading Chauncey Billups after the second game of the season. It doesn't make sense. There was something bigger than just filling seats. That's what Joe said. I want to fill seats. We don't know what happened there. Something bigger than just filling seats with Allen Iverson's name happened. This feels the same because of the timing.
Yeah, no, true. I mean, there are situations where you have storied teams, storied franchises that end up, they start going negative. They start going south. I remember Chicago Bears, storied franchise. Here's the 80s. Here's 85. The Monsters of the Midway, Mike Singletary. Then they were poop. And they've been poop ever since. Realistically, they've been to one Super Bowl. They've been to 3 NFC championships since that Super Bowl. You're talking about 41 years ago. So it is possible, Justin. I mean, everything is speculation now. So I don't want to be in the space of speculating for another 30 minutes like yesterday. But is there a chance that the two that don't talk, is there a chance that they exchange words?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I really think that relationship is done. And if this does lead to Larkin coming back to the Detroit Red Wings, I do think that it will be a big, middle finger to Steve Yzerman that, he was the reason why Larkin was leaving. I don't think that is the truth. I do think that there's a better chance that Dylan Larkin is gone rather than being here because the new GM is probably going to want to start over. The new GM is going to want to have his fingerprints on this team. And that's where I really think that this is like Anson was saying, like the timing doesn't make sense. Like that is where something had to have happened. Because if you look at it, if you were going to fire Yzerman or have Yzerman step down or whatever occurred, he stepped down is what they're going with, or stepped up, whatever you want.
That's the story.
That's the story.
In quotations.
In quotations, correct. Yeah. But if he was going to step down, why did he make picks in the NHL draft 2 weeks ago? Why did he sign free agents 2 weeks ago? Like we are now, free agency opened July 1. We're 16 days into July. And now we're going to go in a different direction. After he has signed and traded for 2 players, he then maneuvered a draft where he traded a goalie prospect for a first-round pick, made a first-round pick as well.
He traded with intention.
Yes.
He wasn't just passing the time waiting to get out of here.
No. He traded with intention to essentially fix a mistake that he made 5 years ago by drafting Sebastian Costa in the first place. So when you're looking at all that stuff in a vacuum, he was not acting like he had any intention of stepping up in this organization. It seems like he was rather active going about the process that he talked about with Dylan Larkin's agent at around the NHL draft, where he said, around the trade request came out when they met at the draft combine. I apologize. And Yzerman said, we're going to stick to the process. We're going to keep going in the direction we're going. We're not going to make any, I can't guarantee you we're going to make this huge win now move. And that was the last straw for Larkin. And you can really see both sides of why and what is happening right now.
Was that the last straw for you? I asked you and Spenny a question outside earlier today. I'm going to ask it again in front of the chat here.
Go ahead.
How many Dylan Larkin jerseys do you have?
I have one.
Will you be wearing it again? He comes back. He's captain. He's got the C in his chest. He's a Red Wing this year.
Okay.
Are you going to continue wearing your Dylan Larkin jersey?
Yes, I root for the Wing. If he is on the Wings, I will root for him. I think that I do have a new perspective with everything that has come out recently. I do think he is gone. I think the best thing for the franchise is that he is gone. We're going to have to wait and see, obviously, and more on this after the break.
Realistically, too, I have Dylan Larkin jersey. Shout out to the University of Michigan. Like, I'm always support.
You're going to be wearing it.
Of course.
But do you think the answer is the same for the rest of the Red Wing fan base?
I think it's split. I think you have a real life split situation. You don't get a lot of split situations. Like we talk about, it's split down the middle. No, it's not. It's usually 70-30, 60-40. Both can be true. Nah, it's usually 60-40, 65-35. This situation is it's 51-49 at the
and we're
most.
Not sure who's the 51.
100% in that. Man, I was watching Draft Day yesterday. Hell of a movie. I couldn't watch it when it first came out because it was too close to home, and I had just retired. You know they're in Cleveland. So they're in Cleveland. It was a lot. I couldn't watch it
came
first.
Out right after you retired?
It did. It did. And I hated Cleveland at the time. I hated the fact that I was retiring. Like, I was in PTSD. And that's happens to all players.
That Cleveland Braylon fathead going up this week.
Well, I don't mind it now, but I did at the time. But when you watch this movie, you see GMs talk team to team to team to team. Some of them are super close. Some of them they don't like each other. Yep. But they still talk. And you know who GMs talk to? Their owners. So I guarantee a lot of information has come out that came out to Chris Ilitch as he's talking to other owners, and I guarantee a lot of information came out to Stevie Y too from other GMs. Like, look, that ain't the move for you. That's not the situation for you. Like, this is how it's looking. This is what we're hearing. This is what it – I guarantee a lot of that had to play into it as well. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Got one last question for you, Jay, because you alluded to it. But we'll talk about that when we get back.
I didn't spoil it.
No, you absolutely did not. You did a really good job, and we got to the point. So we'll hold on to that. Let's get a message in from Water Hazard.
Let me tell you about Water Hazard. I'm honestly about to go grab one.
This is the day.
I was thinking about it.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it earlier, and I think I'm about to. So you're about to see me crack one in about 5 seconds when we come back from break. But
I like that.
Why you should crack one, I'm about to tell you. They have it at every Art & Jake's in the great state of Michigan. When it's hot and it's smoky and it's shitty out and you need a nice refreshing cocktail, the vodka cocktail Water Hazard from Founders, who've been doing it longer than I've been alive, is the perfect option. Tastes like a Baja Blast, clean, only a light carbonation, which is important. You can't have too much carbonation. It's a less is more type situation. So make sure you tap in with Founders today.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art & Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art & Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or bust Lions network.
Although visibility is at a low today, guys. But
there
that
we go,
doesn't
Anson,
mean,
get into it.
That doesn't mean that you guys need to suffer every day. Because if you've been struggling with your eyesight, maybe you're getting older, we've got an awesome promotion, summer promotion with the guys, our friends over at Yaldo Eye Center. The experts here for over 30 years, over 100,000 successful LASIK procedures. It's an 8-minute procedure. It's painless. Next day, majority of everyone is seeing 20/20. Again, regardless of how you're seeing, even on a day like today, regardless of your prescription, $16.99 per eye, you can get that LASIK. Give them a call. They are the Aldo Eye Center, and you can reach them at 248-553-9800.
Welcome back in. We're still having conversations as it relates to Stevie Y, Dylan Larkin, and the Detroit Red Wings. What is, what was, and what could be. You guys mentioned the visibility, at least you did, Anson. Weather sucks. The visibility sucked. But this morning on the way to the gym, it was the perfect circular sun. Like when I'm talking about, it was reddish, pink, red. It was orange, pink, reddish. It's a perfect circle. Obviously, it's not a physical because it's all gas, but it was beautiful. Except the smoke and except the smell. Before we went to commercial break, we did tease another question. You alluded to it, so here you go. What is Chris Ilitch really selling to the GM candidates? I think that's the bigger question. What is he selling? Is he selling that you can do it your way, you can come in, you can green light the rebuild, or is he coming in and he's saying it different? He said, hey, look, you come in, this is what you have, we'll work around this, we'll kind of keep the same little similar teams that we have, maybe add to it, move a couple players on, like you talked about with the 1-year contract. What is he selling them? Because at this point, we don't know.
See, and that's the issue. Like, are you trying? Because I'm not in the room in these Dylan Larkin conversation as Chris Ilitch talked to Dylan Larkin.
Nobody's in the room, apparently.
Exactly. So, thanks, Brad.
Apparently,
that's so true. However, my best guess is you could sell him two things. The first thing is you could sell him, well, this team has improved every single year under Steve Yzerman, and you're a piece or two away from making the playoffs, and you get Dylan Larkin back, which I don't think is what you're selling to a GM coming in here. What I think you're selling to a GM coming in here is, all right, look, if you look at this team when Steve Yzerman took over, it had Dylan Larkin. You look at where you're taking over, and it has a plethora of pieces that can either be traded or you can use in the future, and that's where I think it's a much more attractive job than it was when Steve Yzerman took it. I think that when you look at the wide scale of this team, you trade Larkin, you trade DeBrincat, you trade Gibson, you trade Justin Falk, and you're looking at 10 first-round picks, and you're looking at still having Sider and Raymond under contract for another 5 years, where you probably suck for 2 of those years, but then year 3, 4, and 5, you're truly going somewhere and trying to get into Stanley Cup contention, where you would be where you are right now, but with a lot more talent and a lot more flexibility to make a move to bring in a superstar, which I don't feel like you have currently. You need to make this an attractive place to play. Like you are pitching the GM, whoever comes in, that this is a blank slate. They're going to be able to do whatever they need to do to make it right, except paying too much money, and that is a limitation that I'm assuming he will have, because I think that Steve Yzerman, this was a point of confrontation between for him and Mr. Ilitch that I don't feel like he was willing to budge on, because he knew how important that this Larkin trade was to the franchise and getting it right. And that's why he was willing to take it into the season. And it seems like the management just wants to have it go away. And that concerns me, because this trade isn't going to happen until the next GM even sits down, and whether or not he's going to be able to facilitate a move in his first week as the GM of the Detroit Red Wings in one of the most biggest and influential trades in this team's franchise history is kind of crazy to me. And I don't really understand why you would, in my opinion, speculation, force out GM of Steve Yzerman's caliber, who is known for being the most difficult person to negotiate, one of the most difficult people in the NHL to negotiate with, and you're going to now bring in someone who's green. And when you're swinging for new GMs, you usually are going to go with someone who's young, who doesn't have experience, especially most likely in an NHL trade discussion. And so that is a mighty concern for me moving forward.
Not even about the new GM. You kind of sparked something as it relates to the conversation between Stevie and Chris Ilitch. We talked yesterday. They've known each other for a very long time, known each other since they both were essentially kids. You know, you look at them now and the ages that they're at, they've known each other very long time. When someone's like a brother, like your conversations are heated. They go back and forth, but you always come back to the same point. You always come back to being okay. You always get back to, all right, cool, agree to disagree. How much of the ego is at play? We talked about the ego. Stevie Y has an ego, trying to do things his way. Chris Ilitch has been trying to give him rope. He gave him 7 years worth of rope to do things his way, do things in his image. I guarantee you a lot of these moves, Chris Ilitch is like, but this is my guy. This is our leader. This is Stevie Y. This is Mr. Four Cups. Let's leave it alone. I guarantee you Stevie Y and him got into a heated conversation, and that heated conversation was about the ego. Stevie Y thinking this was his team. Unfortunately, doesn't matter how many Stanley Cups you won. Doesn't matter that you're the GM. It doesn't matter that you're number 19 or captain, my captain. When we look at ownership, Ilitch is the name on the checks to the players, and I guarantee you, just from what I know in my experiences of seeing ownership and seeing elite GMs become the ideology, or head coaches who think, you know what, no, this is my team, Bill Belichick, etc. This is my squad. I built this. Unfortunately, the owners built this, and I think that's where they came to head. Chris finally had to, my last name is Ilitch. This is my effing team, so we're not going to fire you, but you got to sit your ass down on this one.
He does sign the checks. Michael Ware with a $2 super chat. This one I will pitch your way, young Justin. Any leaks on who will be the new GM?
No leaks, yeah. I mean, I bet that they're very early in their talks. I doubt that they've even established their full candidate list, to be completely honest. But, I mean, I'm looking at anyone who is related to Carolina, Florida, Vegas, etc. Like, I'm not hiring anyone from the Wings. I'm not hiring anyone who's been in the organization. But to bring them here, I mean,
it's fair. It's essentially like when you're trying to hire a coach, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago in college football, like, where are you going? I want the guy that coached Nick Saban. I want the guy that coached at Georgia. I want the guy at the time that was coaching with Dabo Swinney. Or, dare I say, I want the guys that's on Urban Meyer's staff, minus the guy, you know who I'm talking about, got kicked off the Ohio State and Florida team. Yeah. Is it a full no-go for anyone that comes out of the Red Wings organization? Is there somebody in the weeds that wasn't a part of what they're doing that could be hired and that you could say, okay, maybe? Or is it just like a situation with Ann Arbor where it's like, nah, we got to completely get away from this situation?
I think you got to go back to the Ken Holland regime and find somebody from that.
Ken's available.
From that grouping.
He's done in
no, you need someone who's from the modern era. You need
I agree.
someone
I'm
who,
just saying that if you go back, it has to be before this whole regime.
No re-racks.
No, I agree. I think that the way to go, I loved what you said yesterday, Justin. I think that you go with a young mind, and I think you trade your players now because you just don't have enough good guys to be able to go out and try and get some players and then do what? Make a number 6 seed and be out in the first round? You're really going to hurt yourself even
fuck
worse.
all that noise.
So I like what you had to say yesterday about trading all of that. Everything that you have right now and just building into the future and giving
you need to OKC this bitch. Yeah. You need to OKC this bitch.
That's right.
It's the best way to build a franchise in any sport. OKC this shit. Blow this thing up. Get every piece of capital that you can get, and then unload it over the next 10 years and make yourself a Stanley Cup contender. Like, it's simple.
Man, I wish we had a Russell Westbrook and Paul George laying around.
Right? Braylon, and a Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis, yeah. Like Paul George, SGA.
No doubt.
I mean, those are 2 players off 15-man rosters. These are 2. You're going to have 5 players off of a 20, at least off of a 25-man roster. You're going to be able to net about the same amount of picks that they did.
Okay. Fair.
So, Braylon, before we hit this break here,
talk to me.
In our last break,
I'll talk to you, Braylon. Don't
I
appreciate that. Thank you,
Justin to put up a poll. And I asked him to ask the public on whether they would be willing to wear their Dylan Larkin jersey still if he came back as a captain of the Red Wings. What do you think the percentage of fans said yes was?
It was no more than 10.
Oh,
wow.
I thought you were going to say higher. It was higher. It was 39% said they would wear it. 61 are thrown in the trash.
Well, I'm always very
interesting.
I pay attention to context and how things are asked. When you asked that question, I was like, oh, no, ain't nobody messing with him. So I went on the lower end. But
it just dripped down. A few more votes came in. It's now at 37.
Oh, so by the time we finish the show, it's probably down like 23.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Get your votes in. Smash the like button for us. Share the stream with your friends. And, of course, super chat.
But that's very fair. You know why it's fair? Is not fair and fair, but fair in the sense of the numbers make sense. This is what happens with the fan base. Whenever you deal with player versus team, player versus franchise, player versus owner, player versus GM, typically the fans always side with the front office. They always side with the team. Whatever you're talking about, whatever the conversation is, if there's a player versus the higher-ups, they're typically going to side with the higher-ups. Because you look at the players like, look, he needs to know his place. Like, that's kind of what you get in these situations. Player needs to know his place. He's absolutely wrong. The hell with him. We'll move on. We'll be fine. The check's still rolling. Illich is still the owner. The Red Wings will still be red and white for 100, 200, 300, 400 years to come. Like, that's how it always happens. So that doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised it's not lower.
Justin, maybe in the second hour we'll put up the same poll for Yzerman's jersey.
Oh,
that's 100% getting worn.
4 chips here.
I'm kind of.
I still wear his jersey.
Honestly, I want to see.
I'm not wearing a sport coat saying, "Oh, my GM." I'm wearing 19. You know how 19 got on that ice. 19 got busy.
Riley, is there anybody that's going to stop wearing it?
No. I mean, personally, I would get rid of it. He hasn't done anything here.
You're going to get rid of your Yzerman jersey?
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
do you think that there's Wings fans?
Wear my Yzerman jersey.
Do you think there's Wings fans that aren't?
You want to know what? Yes.
Why hasn't Larkin done nothing here?
Why hasn't he?
Yeah, give me a big major contributor to him not doing anything.
Sure, I'll throw you a home run ball. Yeah,
I appreciate
it. With 25 first and second round picks and you don't really get anything out of it, I'd be a little pissed off too. Yeah. But at the same time, you're the captain. You haven't done anything here. This was Hockey Town. Like, you just got out. Like, you just took it over for Henrik Zetterberg. He won here. Lidstrom won here. Every captain for the last 25 years until he showed up won something here.
This is one queen. We're going to go to a commercial break as Justin's telling me a little bit behind. I appreciate you for keeping us on track there, buddy. I still am very intrigued about the fights last year, about the lack of cooperation to fight for Dylan Larkin, to step in for Dylan Larkin, to talk in the media, say something on Dylan Larkin's behalf. It's one of those situations where, you want guys to fight. We talked about that. That seems crazy. But why aren't guys fighting? Like, why aren't guys fighting? Like, why? Like, I don't care what beef I have with my teammate. I don't care what beef I have with the ownership or the GM and how things are skewed. If there's beef with if the opposition and my guy, I'm throwing hands and asking questions last. Like, we about to get to the bottom of this, and then in the locker room, yo, man, like, I don't really rock with you right now. You on some BS. What's going on? But I'm throwing hands, but you didn't see that. And it happened on 2 separate occasions. Like, something like that, if you want to point out on the Larkin side, I'm like, that's interesting. I would like to get to the bottom of that. I want to know when people leave what that was about, because hockey is the fighting sport. And now they're fighting more and more. They're trying to get a little bit back to what it was in the 90s. They didn't fight. They didn't scrap. They didn't stand up. That's kind of alarming. Getting back to draft day, the movie I watched last night, the reason why they ultimately didn't draft Bo Callahan, the quarterback, #1 overall, he threw a 21st birthday party at Wisconsin, and no one came. And then the coach, Sam Elliott, was like, oh, you're yes! You have a 21-year-old birthday party and your teammates don't show up in college and you go to a major institution, that means something. Absolutely. I think them not fighting for Larkin means something.
And real quick, this is Detroit. There's not only do you just stick up for your teammates,
we don't need an excuse to fight here,
but you got Bob Probert and D-Mac ahead of you. All you have to do is become the enforcer on this team, and the city will love you forever. We have none.
Yeah, so a lot of interesting things, a lot of interesting questions, but once again, this is all speculation. We're sitting here, we're coming up the best in our ability and what we've seen based on the facts we have and trying to see what the conversation is going on down
Weird
at
timing, Bray.
LCA. 100%. Here's a quick commercial break. Why don't you tell me a little bit about mortgage programs?
Hey, I can do that, guys, because I know you all been thinking about it at home. You ready to make the change in your life to take you and your family to the next level, and Mortgage Pros is here to do it. Every time I'm going to tell you, a little over a month ago, we were out there at that annual block party for all their employees, hundreds of people out there, amazing employee culture, and we got to sit down with their owners too, awesome owners. So if you've been thinking about it, it's time to...
They really actually are. I got a chance to meet them. Super nice guys and very intelligent and more than willing to help in all matters. You're absolutely correct about that.
And that's big, man. Not just working with great people and having great opportunity, but knowing that the people above you care. And that's exactly what Mortgage Pros does. 248-416-1361. They're right in Troy. They're close to everybody. Find out more at mtgopros.com.
Hunting season is almost here, Detroit, and your Lions are on the prowl. Make sure you're locked into Woodward Sports for all the Dan Campbell reactions, Jared Goff touchdowns, Amon-Ra first downs, Penny pancakes, Kirby picks, Gibbs big plays, and of course, Jack Fox's leg. Stay locked in on all your Lions coverage right here on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
This is a hungry bear. This is Carl and Jeff. Carl isn't worried because he has focused energy to spare thanks to Thrive energy pouches. Jeff didn't use Thrive when Carl offered. The bear is happy about that. Don't just survive, thrive.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network. Most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey guys, let me tell you about the original since 1946. The originators
I had
of
it yesterday.
The Detroit style deep dish, and yeah, we did smash some buddies yesterday. It was fantastic, and we want to save you 20% when you get your next Buddies order. Head on over to BuddiesPizza.com and enter that code word you see above my head, that Woodward 20, and you'll get that 20% off. But you can also use it for catering. So while you're on BuddiesPizza.com, check out their catering section. Have yourself a pizza party, and we'll save you up to $200 off of it. It is the original. It is Buddies Pizza.
Welcome back in to the Woodward Sports 2.0 version of the Braylon Edwards Show. Always glad to be with you guys here. Sometimes when I get on this desk and I'm looking at that camera, I feel like Will Ferrell and Anchorman. I'm like, don't say anything dumb. Don't say anything dumb. Too late. I say 3 dumb things in an episode.
Rubber baby bumpers.
Rubber baby bumpers.
He has some really good ones throughout that movie. And I got to tell you guys.
That's his most elite work, in my opinion.
Okay,
is
Anchorman
the outtakes 2. Of Anchorman. Oh,
trash, right?
It's the worst.
Trash. Okay.
I love Anchorman 2.
Soon as I saw Drake was going to be, and I was like, and this has nothing to do with Drake. This is not Drake hate. As soon as I saw Drake was going to be in the project, I said, they're going to just go too off the walls, too over the top. Man, I didn't like it. You liked it, Justin?
Yeah, I did.
It doesn't even have a storyline.
Yeah, it does.
It's just a bunch of random madness.
Let me rock your world and everyone involved.
That movie rocks.
Let me rock everyone's world.
It's like living in a lighthouse. Like
it's just a fever dream, bro. It's funny as hell.
Fair.
Guys, wake up Ron Burgundy. all of the B-reel footage that they took in the first movie, they made into a feature-length second movie. So instead of Ling Ling the Panda, it's actually Chuck D and the Time Bandits, including Maya Rudolph and some other people. It's fantastic, and they basically make it feel like it happens later on. Like, the opening scene where he first sees Veronica Vaughn and he can't even handle himself.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They spin that whole boardroom meeting like they're already together, but they're in a fight.
Corningstone.
Veronica Vaughn, that was something else. But yeah, Corningstone. Honestly, it is as good as the first movie. And yes, Anchorman 2 is straight ass, bro.
I'm going to check out that, and then for Justin, I'll watch Anchorman 2 again and see if it...
He's going to owe you lunch after that.
I'm going to watch it again. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. I'm huge into birthdays. Like, I believe people deserve to be celebrated. You don't get that many laps around the sun.
That's right.
And when your lap comes, man, it's time to celebrate you. And today, the lap around the sun is celebrating the greatest running back of all time. And I don't say that because I'm in Detroit. I'm talking about the one, the only, Barry effing Sanders. Shout out to the GOAT. 15,269 career rushing yards, and just like Bob Barker, he stopped right at 99 as it relates to the to touchdowns. You're talking about, at the time, the 5th running back to go over the 2K mark since there's been 4 to do it since him. Everything about Barry was electric, including his first year, which was 1,470 yards, including 1,780 yards from scrimmage, and he finished second behind Christian, Okorie, in the rushing title. Everything about Barry was elite. When you think of Barry, what are your favorite plays? Can't show it, obviously copyright infringing, but what are the plays that come to mind for you? Because I got mine.
I mean, it's the Bears run and the Cowboys run. Period.
Oh, the one in the playoff?
The
where
Bears run.
The guy turned all the way around looking over his back shoulder?
That's the Cowboys. That's the Cowboys run. That was Ken Norton Jr. If you go back and watch the highlights, because everybody watches them over and over and over again. I was having a conversation with one of my boys. I said, Barry has a Michael Jackson-esque thing about him. And he was like, what? No, what are you talking about? He's not even the greatest football player of all time. I said, I'm talking about the consistent and continued impact throughout history. I was in the kitchen.
Okay.
I was in the kitchen after work on, today is what? Today's Thursday, so it's been Tuesday. Tuesday, go over to my mom's crib. What's going on, Mom? How's everything? How's everybody doing? I'm playing with Rain, have my headphones, and she said, I want to listen. I'm listening to Michael Jackson. Rain's 4. Rain's 4 years old. I put my Beats by Dre on Rain's head. Mommy, he put on Michael Jackson. She knew exactly who he was. He's 4 years old. Mike's been dead since 2009. And Rain knows exactly who Michael Jackson is at 4 years old. That's how Barry Sanders is. He's the one athlete on the football field that people are continuing to go back and watch highlights. A lot of times with these, I don't care how great a player is. If it's 15, 20 years ago, these new kids aren't watching it. They're not watching film. And some of these legends you like, they're not watching the film on them. Barry, everybody will find their way to YouTube at least 4 times a year and watch Barry Sanders highlights, Barry Sanders runs. And the other best thing about the Barry Sanders highlights, there are legends getting cracked in the highlights.
That's right.
My favorite plays, Rod Woodson, arguably the best all-around defensive back of all time when you look at safety and DB. Barry tore his ACL at the Pontiac Silverdome Game 1 in the 1995 season. That Chicago Bears clip that you love so much, Mike Singletary, Hall of Famer, is in that clip. Ken Norton Jr. should be a Hall of Famer. Got cooked. The infamous John Lynch take, guess what? That's Derek Brooks and John Lynch in the same highlight getting cooked. And oh, by the way, the Green Bay highlight, guess what? The Minister of Defense was getting his big ass shook up at the line of scrimmage too. Barry has lasted the test of time. He deserves all his flowers, which he's currently getting. Barry's the best, man.
Look at the glow in Anson's eyes right now.
Dude,
seriously, just look at it,
man. The funny thing is when you said you watch it 4 times a year, no, you watch it every time it comes into your thread.
True.
And that's the big thing is it's like you see some guy's highlights, you see a story about a guy, you see it once, maybe you see it twice, then you're like, I've seen this before. Barry comes on.
It's over.
And everybody's watching. Even people outside of Detroit. I'm going to watch this, you know. This clip right here. I had to dig this up because I remember finding a VHS tape at Meyer that they had done of Barry Sanders. And it not only had the high school, not only the Oklahoma State, and of course the Lions footage, but he even had his Pop Warner footage, just making kids look silly. And that's what he did. I mean, I love that through the test of time, he still sits up on top.
It still stands, and he's like one of the rare athletes where all the players that came before him, they lobbied for him. Lawrence Taylor's arguably the greatest football of all time. When you ask him who the best running back is, he doesn't stutter. Yeah. He says Barry Sanders. Like the old guard says it.
Yep.
His guard says it. The guard after him says it. Jameer Gibbs' guard, which is 20 years removed from when Barry retired, actually more than that, they say it. Like, he's just one of those dudes, man. I think, Justin, because of maybe the humbleness. I'll go to you, Riley. The humbleness of how Barry played the game.
Oh, yeah.
It allows people to stay focused on him being that great. You know, sometimes they'll try to take shade. They'll try to take shots if they didn't like how you played the game, if they didn't like the conversations, if they didn't like the celebrations. They're like, no, T.O. should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer, but they didn't like his dancing. They didn't like what he said.
Didn't like
they didn't like the antics.
Interview.
So the antics takes away.
Yeah.
Barry did everything the complete and right way, because that Christian Okorie year, Barry had a chance to win that year, the rushing title. They came to him on the sideline. There was still 8 minutes left in the game. He said, no, I'm cool. We won the game. I'm good.
Right.
Barry did everything the right way.
Yes, he did. I unfortunately wasn't alive. I was born in '97. So
you got YouTube.
Yeah.
You were born in '97.
Yeah.
Guess what happened in '97?
He had the rushing title, right?
2,000 yards.
So the one thing that I always remembered from his highlights, and my stepdad he biggest Barry fan. You'd watch him score a touchdown. Never celebrated one time. His celebration. Hand the football right back to the referee.
Because I'll be right back. People always talk about Emmitt Smith, and there's other running backs that come up, Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton, and rightfully so. Walter Payton, amazing. I don't have a problem with people saying Walter Payton. I don't have a problem with people saying Jim Brown. But it's Barry Sanders. And when people bring up Emmitt Smith, this is how I kill the conversation. This is a very easy way to kill the conversation. It's not even about how great the offensive line was, because he had the greatest offensive line of all time. Talking about Emmitt. With that offensive line, as great as they were, did Emmitt ever rush for 2,000? Like, this is the known greatest offensive line of all time. I don't remember Emmitt rushing for 2,000. And it's not like Troy Aikman was out there throwing for 5,000. Because Troy Aikman, on average, was averaging 3,500 passing yards a season.
Yep.
Why didn't he run for 2,000? So, here's the conversation that we're going to spin this to, Justin. I bring it to you first. It's not the old one, ladies and gentlemen out there, because I know you think where I'm going. I'm not going who's better, Barry or Jameer, because right now there is no question. I don't think there ever will be. But the conversation is, what does Jameer Gibbs need to do to be on a trajectory to have a deeper conversation in, let's say, 3-4 years? Because I'll start. Like, for me, Barry Sanders never finished lower than 5th in yards rushing per season in 10 years. He finished 2nd. That was year 1, by the way. 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 4th, 5th, 1st, 2nd, 1st, and 4th.
Wow.
That's what he finished. Yards from scrimmage, the number are even better. Barry's finished 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 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 1st, 3rd, 1st, and 7th. That's yards from scrimmage. Because the big conversation with Jameer Gibbs is he catches the ball in the backfield. The numbers line up in terms of Barry's just rushing versus that. So now who's better? What does Jameer have to do to stay on the trajectory to have a deeper conversation in just 4 years? I'm not saying 10. Barry played 10. Jameer is going into year 4. 4 years. How do we have a different conversation?
He's got to put up seasons that he hasn't put up before for the next 4 seasons and lead the league. And I mean, I'm not going to say in rushing, but I'm going to say in yards from scrimmage, rushing and receiving.
I agree.
Top 5 in touchdowns over the next 4 seasons, and then we can start to have a conversation. Obviously, the first through the first 43 games, these stats are pretty eye-popping that we just showed you on the screen. However, Barry did it like he already was the lead back and continued to be the lead back. Jameer Gibbs is just starting to be the lead back, and running backs are not built like they used to be. And I love Jameer Gibbs, but I question to see like how many Barry played 10 seasons?
10 on the nose.
10 on the nose, correct? Yeah.
Nose.
So Gibbs in year 3 Gibbs got 7 ultra productive seasons still in him that is going to be at the level that he's at right now. Like that's a lot of
that's a lot.
Wear and tear on the body for a guy whose game is a lot based on explosive like movements and making big plays. It's hard to sustain. The only person I've been able to see sustain like that is Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry's built like a defensive lineman.
In facts.
Well, the Indiana Catfish, a.k.a. the Hammond Bears, have arrived in the chat here. Barry Sanders didn't play long enough, only 9 seasons. That's why Walter Payton is the GOAT. Let me tell you a story.
Played 10 seasons, by the way.
Let me tell you a story about Walter Payton. On his deathbed, one of his very good friends was a former Detroit Lion named Tom Anas. Never put this name to the story, probably shouldn't have, but I did. And Walter was very distraught over the news that Barry was retiring because he was so upset that Emmitt Smith would go down number 1.
Yeah.
And in his very huge, amazing heart that Walter Payton had, it was clear to him who the greatest running back of all time was, and that is Barry Sanders. So you can take that back to your whatever your new stadium is in Indiana, there, Catfish.
Let me piggyback off that real quick.
And I will say this. No, go ahead. Piggyback. Go ahead.
It has everything to do with Emmitt because I'm pretty sure he was on record saying that Barry was the best running back ever as well.
He was.
If the number 1 rusher in yards has something to say about that,
at the time,
I'm going to listen to him too.
Yeah. And Isaiah beat your guy. He's got a winning record against MJ in the playoffs, baby.
I'm glad Chicago. You know what? This no. This just got flipped on him, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate everybody that tunes in
here a lot.
And I appreciate you, man. We love this. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for bringing in the Bears so we can have. These are the type of chats, and I love when you get other teams in the chat because now there's some real back and forth and combo. So keep coming back. We appreciate you. I'm gonna flip it right back on you. After Michael Jordan won his 3rd championship, how many years was he in the league? That was 93. Came in the league in 1984. Oh, that's right. It was 10 years. Bird, Magic, and everybody else said he was the greatest player of all time. It didn't matter that he had only played 10 years. It didn't matter. It's the same amount of years. You know when you know. And when your peers are saying you're the best, you just got to believe it. It's not me trying to argue numbers and argue stats and the longevity and this, that, and the third. I just got to listen to the people that were there. Bird and Magic said, he's here. He's the king. He's the greatest ever. That's what Barry Sanders was at that time. When he retired, everybody knew. The only person that won't admit it is Emmitt Smith. And we know he ain't even in the top 5 for me. So I appreciate the conversation, but it doesn't matter about years. It's the impact. Terrell Davis made the Hall of Fame. And do I agree with Terrell Davis maybe being in the Hall of Fame? Not at first, because he didn't play that long, because he had the headaches, because he had all that. But when you look at Terrell Davis rushing for 2,000 yards, when you look at Terrell Davis, whose playoff numbers are 160 yards per game and 1.8 touchdowns,
incredible.
You know what? I don't care you only played 8 years. You deserve to be in there. So it's not how long you play. It's about what was that impact while you were playing. And Barry did it to everybody, and Barry did it
every year.
Every year he came to play. Last year, Jahmyr Gibbs had an off year, a little bit of a struggle, if you will. We blamed it on the offensive line and the offensive coordinator. A lot of that is true.
Barry didn't care about an offensive line.
Like Jahmyr was what, 7? I think he was 1,200 rushing yards last year in the off game. Barry missed 5 games. 5 games in 1993 and still rushed for almost 1,200 yards and still had 13 touchdowns.
Incredible.
Those are the same numbers as Jahmyr Gibbs almost, and he missed 5 games. So he just did it at a different level, man.
There's a ton of 13-year-olds in Detroit right now that are going to spend their adult lives arguing with their family that Jahmyr Gibbs was better than Barry because they didn't get a chance to watch him. For all the reasons you said, this guy's never going to pass him. But I do prefer to have the 3-year debate. At your peak, those 3 years at your best, who was better than you? Like look at Jordan's peak. He's got 2 different 3-year peaks, you know? Yeah. And you start looking at those guys like, LeBron's body of work is amazing, but there isn't a 3-year period where I can put him over certain guys. This guy did it for 10.
Also, too, with the LeBron conversation, like his peak was with 3 other Hall of Famers at the same time. Like when he was his peak, like when LeBron put the black mask on, we know that was the best iteration of LeBron.
Absolutely.
Like LeBron he put the it is what it is, and not 2011 when they lost to the Mavericks, but that 12, 13, 14, and then 15, 16 with the cap. Those 5 years were amazing. But you're looking at the span of 5 other Hall of Famers in that space. So that's why it's a tough conversation to have. But
MJ ended the bad boy punks early. No, actually they were all like 10-year-plus players, while the Bulls were all very young. That one's wild because there's only one superstar that MJ has a losing record up against. And
that would be Isaiah
who is
Thomas.
that?
Isaiah.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what it is.
Zeke.
But this spawns something that happened that we saw today. We'll take a quick commercial break, and then we'll talk about that. There is a ranking. Come on, man. You know it's summertime. You know
everybody got one.
Yeah. The list. It's out to my boy Chris Jericho. You just made the list. But there is another list that came out, and it features your Detroit Lions trio. Where do you think they rank? We'll tell you when we get back. Let's get a message in from Icon Auto Repair. Look, man, I tell you all the time, this is the place that you want to go. Icon Auto Repair and Collision. 3 great cities around the state serving you. Come on down. They even will pay your deductible. They have loaners, and they make things possible for you. I'm telling you, this is the newest company that we're working with. And this is a company that if my car was banged up, if there was a collision, if there was a front, back, whatever it was, this is a place where I take my car to get it fixed because they take care of it with love, care, and they get your car back looking exactly like it did before you got into that situation. So, Icon Auto Repair and Collision, if you need them, use them, there's the number.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
Experience summer in Detroit with pro soccer at Keyworth Stadium. Every Detroit City FC match brings a new reason to show up early and stay late. Tickets available now at DebtCityFC.com.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Home buying season is upon us, guys. Maybe you're just thinking about refinancing. Either way, you need to make the call to Supreme Lending today. Chad and Chris are there on hand, ready to help you with this big moment in your life. Call them early, though. Don't wait until the end. They're going to walk you through the process and get you in the best shape to get the best program available. Maybe a 0% down payment program. For sure, though, when you mention Woodward Sports, we're going to save you up to $500 off of your home appraisal. So get in touch with Chris and Chad today. They are Supreme Lending.
Welcome back in to the second hour of the chat, man. Having some fun on this beautiful, hazy, wood fire day, if you will. Just finished talking about Barry Sanders. It was his birthday. Call him the greatest running back of all time. And Anson, we have some Chicagoans in the chat, man. What's going on? It's some
trying
discrepancies.
To defend Michael, listen.
Are they mad because our deep dish pizza is better? Like, we didn't even get to that argument. So that might really hurt them.
It's pizza souffle.
You know,
pizza quiche.
Pizza Populous is killing Giordano's. All right, go ahead. What they talking about?
I really do claim
I do
deep
like
dish
Chicago-style pizza, but it's
okay
not better
on
than
occasion.
Detroit.
It is, but I like Detroit better, and I like our deep dish pizza better. I like Pizza Populous over. I lived in Chicago. I lived in Streeterville for 2 years, and
I'm a big Pizza Populous hater.
Listen,
I feel you.
Boston, Larry Bird, Lakers, Magic, Kareem.
James Worthy. James Worthy. Don't forget him too.
That's all I can say. You could say
number
James
one
Worthy,
pick
Mikhail
overall,
Parrish,
1982.
Oh, yeah, and then they frustrated the Bulls so bad that Jordan considered leaving until he was finally able to beat the Pistons in 1991 early on in the season at their home floor without Isaiah, who would never be the same after shooting so much that he destroyed his wrist. Yeah, there's a reason that Jordan hates Isaiah so much. It's because Isaiah fucking owns him. I'm sorry I get one today.
It's all good. I appreciate that.
Look up.
It's fair. It's a fair conversation talking about what Anson said. Like, don't be mad. Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time. But don't sit here and disrespect Isaiah Thomas like the Pistons weren't holding him back, putting him in check, finding rules, finding ways. And don't act like Isaiah ain't your city. Isaiah's from Chicago. Because Michael Jordan, he got a national championship in North Carolina, but guess who was the man in college? It was Isaiah at Indiana, who also has a national championship. Don't act like Zeke wasn't that guy. Tick for tack. What couch was Jordan sleeping on when he first got to Chicago? Because somebody had to really get him around the city and introduce him
Isaiah.
to. Yeah, there
he put up
you
his
go.
nephew or his cousin.
There you
go.
Bro. Don't come on now. Don't play those games in Detroit. We got Chicago ties too. Ours a little deeper than yours. So appreciate you. Keep coming on back. But you see the list. It's come out. This is the triplets, the trios, the top trios going to the 2026 football season. Your Detroit Lions. They rest 3. Usually we come in here and we do lists and we're like, oh, okay, here's the disrespect. They're at 7, blah, blah, blah. But they got them at 3. And what do we think about this list, looking at the top 5? Is this even the right 5?
No.
Because that's what I'm looking at. I'm
Cowgirls should not be on there. Like, if they put 2 wide receivers.
I agree with that.
I agree with that,
I
too.
agree with the same for the Rams. As much as I love Stafford and Nakua in that situation.
Like, we still like. I mean, I guess Burrow had a good year last year, but
yeah, I mean that's not.
I love Chase Brown. Yeah. I love Chase Brown. I think he's going to have a huge year this year.
In there.
I told Justin a little too early about Chase Brown. Damn it, took him the pick before me last year in the draft.
I don't know if I'm putting 4 up there. Like
I knew about Chase Brown, bro.
Because I don't like Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is just not it. Lamar and Henry, absolutely, but no.
I got to see what the rest of the list is because I'm looking at this. Would you move the line?
I have one. I would have one that I'd have on here. Probably a little controversial too. I would have.
I think Green Bay. Green Bay did theirs wrong.
But which wide receiver you choosing?
See, that's it. I wouldn't do a wide receiver. I'm putting a healthy Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft, Jordan Love.
I still don't think they can make this list, but
yeah, I have a couple too.
They're on. I think they're like 7. There's a. We don't have the rest. Who do you have?
I'll start. Well, have Justin start because
Mahomes, Kenneth Walker, Rashee Rice.
There we go. Immediately.
Kenneth Walker, Rashee Rice.
Immediately, and then I'd go the Buffalo Bills with Allen, James Cook, and now they got DJ Moore.
Yeah, that was the other one I was going to go for. Glad that we're in good synergy right now, Riley.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to get my phone. All right, go back to the Kansas City Chiefs right now because this is 2026 ranking the team. Go back. So you got Kenneth Walker. Patrick Mahomes coming off of ACL surgery. A lot of people believe that he's going to be back.
And Rashee Rice.
And that's where you look.
Oh, wait, he's not on the team.
Rashee Rice is.
He's not even on the team anymore.
He's fantasy nice, but he's like, when we talked about the Zay Flowers situation, like, I don't know. I'm not putting
he's nicer than Javonte Williams.
Who's better, Zay?
But hear me out on this. Rashee Rice is not a top 10 receiver. Kenneth Walker's not a top 10 running back. So right there, you look.
Is Rashee Rice, when healthy, not a top 10?
No, he's not a top 10.
Kenneth Walker's top 10.
Kenneth Walker's not top 10. He rushed for
1,000
yards last year.
In a two-headed monster.
Okay, Zach Charbonnet rushed for 700. It wasn't like they both rushed for 1,000. There were yards to be had. They didn't even feature K9 a lot in his games in Seattle.
That's because they wanted
to I'm not hating on
K9.
Before the Michigan State people get to talking shit, I legitimately say
coming, don't worry.
I legitimately say the 2021 Michigan State game is one of the most dominant performances I have ever seen. When people talk about the Michigan State game and all that, no. Those 5 touchdowns, because that offensive line was trash.
Yes, it was.
That offensive line was trash, and for him to do that, so I have a lot of love for K9. K9 is not a top 10 back. If he's 10, he's scratching 10B.
J-Mo or Zay Flowers?
J-Mo.
Yeah, J-Mo without a question.
J-Mo, it's not even close.
Yeah.
If we're doing
it's not
quintuplets or
even
quadruplets,
close.
if we do quadruplets or quintuplets, I don't think anybody touches. We involve a tight end or QB or wide receiver 2.
Yeah,
Now these guys get better with that.
I'm shooting that Kansas City Chiefs one down, and the only reason why I even entertain it is because Mahomes is Mahomes.
Only one team gets better here if you add in all 5, aside from the
Bears.
Lions.
I mean the Cowboys.
The Cowgirls get better.
Cowgirls.
Yeah.
And then the Bears as well.
We'll
see
the Bears.
what
The Bears
have a good trio.
Okay, the Bears. We
have a good
got
trio.
some movement on here. Some other ones. What are the other divisions?
What about the Niners?
What about? Okay, let's go Niners. You have CMC, but
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans now?
No, Mike Evans.
Come on, Brandon Ayuk, guys.
Mike Evans is in year. I love Mike Evans. I think he's the most underrated wide receiver that has played. Him and Keenan Allen in the last 25 years. Mike Evans in year 13, coming off 3 more injuries from last year. No.
Big Apple.
Dart Scatabo.
Who's a running back?
Dart Scatabo and Malik
Scatabo
Neighbors.
and Singletary together are pretty good, but you don't have the one.
No.
Scatabo was looking the part until he somehow injured himself catching a pass.
Look how this top 5 is. Burrow is pure passer. He's number 1. and he's top 3 in quarterbacks. Chase is the number 1 receiver, number 2 receiver, depending on the recency bias. If you like Nakua over him, and then Brown running back wise is in totality somewhere between
top 12.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say top 15.
Him and K9 in the same space. I think.
Oh no.
K9 don't catch the ball out of the backfield. If you're gonna use running backs,
I'm a slappy for K9.
No, you went to Michigan State, of course, around the same time. But he don't catch the ball out of the backfield. That's why he uses that.
Better runner.
Better runner of the football.
Chase is better all around.
I will give you guys
higher
that.
top end, better hands.
Shoot, the more I'm looking at it, man.
What about the Eagles?
I think the Lions might need to move up this list. If I'm looking at it like that, if you're ranking quarterbacks, I put Jared Goff 9 at quarterbacks. I'm putting Amon-Ra St. Brown top 5, 4. I mean, I know they love to do that in here. 5, and then Jahmyr Gibbs, he's 2.
Yeah,
it's tough to beat that.
What about the Cortland Sutton disrespect?
I can't
or
believe
Jalen Waddle.
100% Jalen Waddle. Their running back is they got 2 now.
R.J. Harvey.
But then I don't like Bo Nix like that. We got Josh Allen, James Cook, and you said DJ Moore. They deserve,
Buccaneers?
Which back, though?
Ebuka
Baker, and then you got
I mean,
Bucky.
I'd take Bucky Irving over Javonte Williams.
Yeah.
And I'd probably take Gainwell over Javonte Williams, too.
Yeah, this
Gainwell had a nice year last year.
I really want to see the rest of them. That's why my phone's out getting charged. What other divisions are we missing?
Atlanta?
Who's in I literally Tua,
the quarterback,
and the running back and wide receiver, yes, and then Tua kind of tanks it. Tua tanks that one.
Yeah.
Carolina gets tanked by Bryce Young.
Agreed.
Minnesota gets tanked by old ass running backs.
Does Charbonnet step up and guide the Red Rocket and JSN onto this list?
No.
Michigan men?
I mean, nah.
Got to be the Eagles.
AJ
Eagles, Jalen. Yeah, okay, there you go. But Devontae Smith. I think they're 8th. I think they're 8th on this
That's too low for this list. And then you could also go with the Pats. You got Travion Henderson, Drake May, and AJ Brown.
Okay. I like that one.
Right.
I like that one.
I forgot about AJ Brown being there.
I like that one. Are you taking Ramondre or are you taking
I'm
Travion?
taking Travion.
I'd take Travion.
I believe in
personally.
Travion.
Okay, I liked him at Ohio State. I mean, I know I said that out loud.
I
don't want to take it back now that I said it that way. But, yeah, Travion, his yards come in weird bunches. They come in weird bunches because Travion will do like nothing.
Right.
And then hit a 70-yard run.
He did that a couple times last year.
Herbert, Hampton, McConkey.
Ooh.
Hampton,
he's going to be a monster.
He's going to be a monster.
That's all off of potential.
He got hurt and he still came back.
He still had a good year.
Good. Who's their wide receiver though?
Lab McConkey or Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
The Raiders, who do they have? Nobody.
Kirk Cousins.
Fernando and
Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers. I mean, that's
now JD5 had was it Jakrowski Merritt?
Jakrowski Merritt and Debo.
He was pretty good last year.
Or Scary Terry, excuse me.
Scary Terry. Yeah. And then didn't they?
He can move himself up the list. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the chat saying? Because I know the chat has to have some, or they only care about number 3.
F no to the Chargers. What happened to the Eagles? Seahawks and Pats. Duh. What else we got? Embrace the deep dish, Chicago people. That is what you are known for. Nobody cares about.
Was it Sarpinos? Sarpeels is another one. But it's funny because like you look at this list and like it really, there's no set in stone 5, and there's really no set in stone 1.
No, I agree with you.
Because like depending on the day, like I would take the Lions number 1, depending on the game, depending on the day. But I will tell you this: just looking at this list, one team for sure doesn't belong in there. And I am a Lamar Jackson guy. You said Dallas?
I was going to say Dallas, but no, go off.
Zay Flowers, he brings that list down to me. He does. I got
He's a gimmick, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
He like the amount of big plays.
He's a poor man's Rashee Rice. And Rashee Rice
Williams at the same time has only had one good season. He had like a decent rookie season and finally had a good year last year.
I would have put George Pickens on that list.
He only had one.
That's not a lot, Braylon.
He's only got one great year.
Well, I'm saying George and CD.
Like you're saying earlier. Hell yeah.
If you add tight ends, how does it change? You add tight ends, 3 goes to 1.
Lions go to
the Lions go to 1.
But you could argue in the Rams got like 3 tight ends over 700.
Yeah, but we got 2 other tight ends that are pretty damn good. Like
you talking about the battle between Brock and Tyler, which neither one of them got more than 250 yards last year.
They just utilize the tight end a lot, and they do have some good receiving options. That pool of 3, Higbee. No, I'm not putting him over Laporta.
Shoot, Higbee wasn't even their best tight end. No, it's the other guy, Kobe Parkinson.
Yep.
He caught that ridiculous.
Was out last year too.
Yeah, true.
That's why Parkinson came around.
Yeah, so all right, just interesting though. You know, whenever there's a list, we throw it up there. But you looking at that running back
drafted
list.
A kid this year at tight end, didn't they? I forget what his name is. I'm pretty sure they drafted a pretty good tight end this year. The Bengals.
Okay. All right.
Mandrews.
Yeah,
he blows.
Mark Andrews. He's a little washed.
His name is Mandrews.
And then they got rid of Quay. Apparently, he may not be that washed because they kept him.
Yeah, they did.
And they got rid of Isaiah Likely.
I'm going to tell you, everybody that thinks that he's washed, you have to watch how those games work.
Yeah.
When they need points, he's a huge part of the game plan. When they're winning or they're like way back, they just don't even utilize him. They'll put him on the tight ends, does that move the Eagles up into this list?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, Goddard, Saquon, Devontae, and then Jalen.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be on this list already. I know that people aren't high on Javonte, but I still think that. Wait, Devontae, yeah.
If you added Jake Ferguson, I mean, I'd probably keep the Cowboys on there.
Ferguson's, he's a talent.
They got 2 tight ends too, because they got a Michigan guy too. And Schoon.
William in the chat says I'd put Lions, Washington when healthy, Ravens, Bengals, and Chargers.
Washington when healthy. The Commanders. We don't even know running back wise, like Jacoski Merritt.
He was good,
but is he that good though? I'm just saying.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, if you're gonna put him here, I don't think that he's done more to me or for me than Jacoski Corey Merritt has, or however you say his damn name at this point. But
I think they're doing. When you look at this list, and
just based on last year's performance,
I think it's also too that they're totaling up the points, if that makes sense. Like when you look at Joe Burrow is probably 1-2 on everybody's list. Correct? He's 1-2. So you get a 1-2 rating. Jamar Chase is 1-2 on everybody's list. So you get that ranking. You add a Brown who's, let's say, 8th or 9th. You add that up, you get a nice average. Kyron Williams is like 8, 7, 8 at the highest. And Nakul is 1. Stafford's 1 to 3 depending. So that's a good average. Goff's 9. Then you get a 2-4 average. Jackson is 69. He's 69, so he should be going out. Last question, we'll wrap this up, take a quick commercial break, and we'll reset. Derrick Henry, that's a question from last year. You talk about how they use Mark Andrews, how it's going to change this year. You're going to have a healthy Lamar Jackson. You're going to have a Jesse Minter who understands running the ball and defense. If you don't believe me, look at what he did at Michigan, look at what he did for the Chargers, and look at what he is now. You're going to have that. You're going to have a healthy Derrick Henry, and now you have a guy focusing on the defense, which has the players, and Kyle Hamilton and players like that. Is Derrick Henry washed, or are we going to see a year out of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson like no other?
I mean, we have no idea what they were last year because everybody was hurt.
Banged up. They had a Lions – they had like a Lions 20 – what year was that when everybody got hurt for the Lions?
The last 2?
It's been every year, realistically. Yeah.
But 2024. The
Commanders a really bad
year.
one.
The Commanders year.
The second half of the season.
2024.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24 and 22. 24-22, the year they didn't make the playoffs. They were bad. That's how they were last year.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm realizing in the chat that it's going to be a vicious year between the Chicago Ham and Catfish fans and the Detroit Beauties. That's what we'll call ourselves. But listen, like, they're going at it already. The talk about Michigan not having anything, Detroit being known for nothing. Like, Bears fans need to realize you don't even have a fucking team anymore, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be
You're
right
the
in Indiana.
Hammond Catfish.
That's crazy.
You play in Indiana.
Yeah.
The Fever play there.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fact. What do you say? What do you have to say about that, Chicago?
Yeah. You get a whole break. Think about it, because I know you're going to need it
We
all.
appreciate that. We'll take a quick commercial break, man. When we come back, we will reset. Jay, tell me about Mad Packs, I do believe.
Let me tell you about Bad Packs. Bad Packs is the best pre-rolls in the game. They got 1.3 gram and 1.5 gram options. The high-low and the Boom Shakalaka, top of the line. They smoke great, keep coated, resin infused, and they no canoeing, no anything. So make sure you tap in with them at a retailer near you today. That's Mad Packs for you once more. Smoke like you're mad and get Bad Packs.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
The Super Bowl parade in Detroit will be one for the record books. Detroit just does it different. Woodward Sports, your official Super Bowl or Bust Lions network.
Hey guys, here to tell you about my favorite read. You already know, I'm going to be your plug here at Woodward Sports. I want to save you 30% off your next order from Rome Cannabis. They have 40 locations throughout the state. Your first 3 trips are going to hook you up with some free stuff. They got the Buzz and Energy, which everybody around here absolutely loves. And again, I want to save you that 30% off. So just scan that QR code on this side of my head, or WSN30 when you head to Loom.com or any one of those 40 locations, and they'll get you squared away. They are Loom.
And tell about Art and Jake's, Braylon.
Art and Jake's is the place for you. 80 TVs, wall to wall. The action is there. So that's where you should be. And also, talking about beers, talking about Founders and IPA, guess what? They have them there. In fact, they have 22 beers on tap. Season changes, and so do they. Go there, check them out, party vibe. And then the menu. I'm talking about the menu all the time because it's very deceptive. You think you're going to get bar food, food's a little bit better than that. And then they also have healthy menu as well for some of those people who are trying to eat health, watch carbs, and do those things. They got that for you. But all around, they're dope places. You see us pull up, Yankees, Tigers, seen us in the Final Four. You should pull up as well. Art Jakes. And we are back having some fun. What's up? How you guys feeling today? It's Thursday. Almost made it to Friday. How guys feeling about the week? I feel like we've been hammering on a lot of tough subjects, whether it's Yzerman, whether it's the Ward Manual, which we should have a ruling from the Regents today because it is Thursday. Should have a reason on. We should have a ruling on that matter and be able to come and talk about it a little more. But how are you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. I have a ruling on cities that draw my ire because unfortunately the
Chicago talking ish.
The Peasants won one, and I'm really excited right now because I just remembered about the Chicago Catfish.
So you still have
and they're
them?
from Hammond now. They're from Indiana, so like they're displaced persons. They don't even have a home. So they come here. We appreciate you. Welcome to Woodward Sports. But I will be putting you in my pocket all year long, just like Jared Goff and Dan Campbell will be. So get ready. Bring some lint.
Did anybody watch the ESPYs last night? Like, I used to be a huge ESPY guy.
That thing still happens?
That part. Like, I went to the ESPYs 2005, the year I got drafted, and just fell in love with it. Jamie Foxx performed. Like, it just was, it was what it used to be. Everybody was elite. The competition was elite. The awards were elite. Serena was dating Keyshawn Johnson.
How far did you have to sit back as a rookie?
I got lucky, man. Like, I've always been kind of in the know thanks to Pops.
Yeah, you got the hooks, man.
I was sitting row 12.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Row 12.
Oh, yeah.
Row 12. And I think year I made the Pro Bowl, I was sitting row 4. But see, it's not like who you are. It's like who you know.
Absolutely.
It's like who you know. All right, some of the awards. I'll read these down. You guys tell me if you agree with them. I'll start it off. You brought up the New York Peasants or the New York Knicks. Best athlete in men's. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I didn't know that. Best athlete in men's sports, ladies and gentlemen. Who you think won? Best athlete in men's sports.
Shohei Ohtani.
I was going to say that. Shohei it's based on last year, right?
Holy shit.
It's based on last year?
Yeah.
So it's not 26s?
So it's the 25 seasons. Everybody's
it's got to be Shohei,
seasons.
right?
This is why I don't watch the ESPYs anymore. This is the stuff I'm talking about. Jalen Brunson.
What?
So it's
Jalen.
the
It's
most
25.
recent season.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. 20,
So that includes the 25-26 season of the
100%.
championship.
Because the 25 season finished in June. Jalen Brunson won
Bye.
Athlete of the Year. Like, but hold on before you go off the deep end, Riley. Is there a world where you could understand that?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. The only reason
I'm not even going to go into it. No.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Flat out.
Yeah. I mean, giving that the Knicks won the championship, he's the catalyst and he's getting respect. Can you see that? Because there wasn't, like, Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl. So you're not going to have Sam Darnold, nobody from Seattle.
Right.
And in hockey, I guess, and Connor McDavid lost.
Is it just because he plays in New York and they haven't won a title in 50 years?
Oh, I'm tripping. You know what? You know why he won? The ESPYs for the first time ever
are voted by the fans.
No, it wasn't in California this year.
Oh, jeez.
Was it in New York?
It was in New York.
Oh,
He wasn't even on the first team All-NBA, Braylon.
I agree. I had to set it in motion, though.
You blindsided me with this. You didn't talk about this in pre-production. You hid this from me, and you just throw it out there.
So when I hid it from you, I hid it from myself as well because I didn't read. When I saw Jalen Brunson's name, I thought that was best NBA player, which I still was going to come here and have the debate.
Exactly.
I didn't know it said best
straight
men's
vomit.
sports. All right, best women's sports went to
Hillary Knight.
Guess.
Beckers.
It's that sport.
Asia.
There you
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Asia
Yeah,
Wilson
yeah,
won
yeah,
best
yeah.
female athlete, best breakthrough athlete. Alyssa Liu, U.S. figure skating.
Shout out, she's sick.
100. Best championship performance. Well,
Is this the Knicks?
he's a double up.
Yeah.
Dude, he disappeared in the first 4 games of the.
Go off.
Crash out.
Go off.
He had like 2 great games in that series. What are you talking about? OG was the guy.
That part.
He was.
That part.
He was.
But
he was the face of the team, and they haven't won a title since '71 or whatever.
The little person of the team.
He was the little person of the team.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that guy that I showed you, the lookalike of him?
Oh, yeah.
They found 3 other guys that looked like OG and a couple other players and drove around on a crap float. Nobody
celebrated.
else. And just sitting there in their jerseys, had a fake Larry Bryant trophy. And you was just seeing all the peasants of New York thought it was the Knicks. It was amazing.
Best comeback athlete. He is a football player. His father also played football.
Oh, I was going to say Joe Burrow. Never mind.
Easy Ed was his nickname.
Easy.
He played for the Denver Broncos. Played wide receiver.
Oh,
McCaffrey.
There you
go.
go.
Good kids
Christian
in the
McCaffrey.
game.
Best record-breaking performance.
Shohei Ohtani.
Also in the world of the NFL.
Oh, never mind.
Cheers.
23 is the new NFL record for sacks.
Mr.
Myles Garrett.
Would you guys argue that Myles Garrett is the best player in the NFL? Because this is another conversation that I want to have at a later date.
You can argue that.
Like, when you take out the MVP, which basically means what quarterback are we voting for, just the best player
It's
in
the
the
only
league?
position that's not a conversation.
Yeah.
Every single position is a conversation
Right.
except for defensive end right now.
I agree. I definitely want to
And
have that
quarterback.
conversation.
Don't disrespect.
Who's
Don't
number one?
disrespect Mahomes, man. Don't disrespect Mahomes just because he got hurt.
Yeah, but if we're having a conversation based off of last 2 seasons, like one was cut short, the other one was cut short as well. And it was cut short to the injury, and even before he got injured, he wasn't having one of his better seasons. So if I'm like putting that against 23 sacks, 5 of those that I saw in person, and then also on a shit team, you know how hard it is to get 23 sacks like on a team like that when you're literally out of games.
If you
in
take away the
second half.
championships, Justin, the book's written in terms of statistics. Nobody dominates their category like Miles.
I'm an eye test type of guy.
have a
There's
question
no
for you,
quarterback
Braylon.
that's been more talented than Mahomes in the last 15 years.
I'm not trying to diss him either, but the state that he's in right now, based on the last few seasons of subpar statistics
You'll see.
and no championships, dude, I'm not selling him out. I think that they're back in. I think they're probably in the Super Bowl playing the Lions. I'm not sleeping on him. But in terms of the conversation at defensive end, there's no peer for him. Everybody right now, they're leaving your guy off of some top 10 list, which is a crime. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. What was your question, Riley?
What does Myles Garrett need to do to get himself in either the same breath or pass up
At
LT?
Darnold? Oh, LT?
Reggie.
Or Reggie. Yeah, put Reggie in there too. Is he
gotta-
already there?
He's got to win because unfortunately for him and what happened with Aaron Donald, Aaron they looked at as a freak from jump like they did Miles. Aaron started winning.
Right.
Like the Rams took off, they started winning. They went to the Super Bowl with Goff the first time. So now you see him in a different space. And once you get a Defensive Player of the Year, you're in the Super Bowl. Now you can't help but show love if you're consistent. And he was consistent, and that's why his name kept getting bigger and bigger. Now he has a chance where he's the second best player in the league in terms of the rankings, on the first best quarterback according to the rankings. Now he's got to go do it. They win a Super Bowl now. I think you start to have different conversations because that's the factor. Reggie White goes to Green Bay, 2 Super Bowls. He wins 2 MVPs. Lawrence Taylor, 3 Super Bowls. He's got 3 MVPs. Aaron Donald, 4 MVPs. He's got 2 Super Bowl appearances and a Super Bowl. It's winning that takes you to that next level, I think.
Okay.
Player-wise, he's there.
He's there. Okay.
But it's the winning. Like Bruce Smith. They never talk about Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith's got the most sacks of all time. He never won. He kept losing the Super Bowl, so they don't mention him.
You hear the Rams pulled all of the
for Aaron Donald footage? Yeah.
Well, his merch.
Yeah. Because they about to get some new merch.
Off the clearance
Some new
rack,
merch
baby.
is coming. Best single game performance, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot about this performance. It's baseball. You mentioned them. You know what it was. 6 scoreless innings pitched, 10 Ks, and 3 home runs. A situation that I don't know if we'll ever see it again. And if we do, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth?
No, not that far. It was Shohei.
Shout out, man.
Best athlete with a disability, Declan Farmer, Power Hockey. Team and Play Awards. Best team. You can already guess what city they were in. Best play. You talked about it. OG Anunoby, the tip in, he got best play.
I'll give him that. I'll concede that.
Sports specific awards. Best NBA player. He's cleaning up tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you?
You're kidding me, Braylon.
Jalen Brunson.
You're kidding me, Braylon.
Won best. Jalen Brunson.
Joker didn't average a triple double with 25 points every damn night, Bray.
Who? What? Never heard of him, apparently. Best WNBA player, we know it. Best MLB player, we know it. Although, is Shohei and Aaron Judge from last season arguable or no?
No.
Okay.
Aaron Judge doesn't pitch.
And
Great point.
Slam the door on that one.
What, 50-50? Didn't he go 50-50?
That was 2 years
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago. Best NFL player, Myles Garrett. They gave it to Myles Garrett.
We'll give him that.
Best NHL player, Connor McDavid. Best soccer player, he's still playing in the World
Messi.
Cup currently. Best golfer, Scotty. Best tennis player, Alcaraz. Best driver, Lando Norris, Formula One. Best fighter, Terrence Crawford. Obviously because he beat Canelo last year, so of course he was going to win on that list. Best college athlete, women's, Lauren Betts. And Jimmy V, Award for Perseverance. The Jimmy V Awards, it went to a Michigan man. Yep, it went to Jim Abbott. I like how you did that.
Don't show that. Don't show that.
No, don't show him. But
that was such a great
Jim Abbott
story.
Had one arm, one hand, if you will. Used to
As a
pitch and then
pitcher.
switch gloves. Like, it was
People
tremendous
don't
story.
get that. Explain that, because he's a Michigan man. Went to
100%.
University of Michigan.
So he legitimately basically had one arm from about here down, he didn't have. And so what he would do is he would put the glove on this arm. He'd pitch. As soon as he throw the pitch, he'd switch and flip the glove to his hand and put it on. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, I remember seeing that as a kid. And you know how when you're young, things look weird to you? Like, I was young. I was like, I just said, why does this look weird? And then you keep looking, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And to be able to be at that level for a very long time, it's kind of like the basketball player. And we'll take a quick commercial break. I know we've just been ramped. This is the kind of day I wanted.
Good.
This is the day I wanted us to have. It's been fun. It's been easy going. But what's the basketball player from
one-arm
Cuba?
hooper?
Yes, that's it.
You
know what I'm talking about.
He's
a
twin, isn't he?
He is a twin.
Yeah, he's a twin. I think he might be in year 3 in college now.
His name.
Corporate. He's the school in Texas or something.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. What is his name?
Yeah. Can't think. We'll figure it out, and when we do, we'll have it for you. Last read for me. Not last read, but one of the last ones. Somebody tell me about Thrive, because I heard it ain't your daddy's dip.
It's not.
It ain't your daddy's dip, and I got it right here. About to throw one in for my Woodward Wings episode. And listen, clean energy, natural caffeine, cognitive focus, and satisfaction guaranteed. So make sure you tap in with Thrive today at dipstop.com. This ain't your daddy's dip. 15% off when you use code WSN. Zero sugar, zero crash, and it's Thrive, baby. Thrive in your life. And let me tell you about my favorite read, that is Amnesia, and pause, because I got to show you how this great device works.
There it is.
That's 2 flavors. That's 1 device. 3 ways to enjoy. You can have the sativa, the hybrid, or the indica setting, whatever makes you enjoy your day. But Amnesia also has the best glass tip joints in the game, 1.5 grams of just pure bliss. So make sure you tap in with Amnesia today and let them get you right. You hear that? That's good shit.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Let's Go is right, Dan Campbell, and Massage Chair House is where you can go and get relaxed today. The largest massage chair showroom in the great state of Michigan. Look at those premium models. One of those is the Osaka. It's the one I personally like when we've gone for the draft. They get you right. I wish we had. I'm missing that massage chair. We used to have one in the studio. I could use a good massage chair right now. The Pharaoh. That thing also slipped my lap. So make sure you check them out with the QR code above my head today. And if you can't afford a massage chair to upgrade your relaxation game, well, here's a cheaper option. Gold Crown Royal Jesters, 1.5 grams of total pure relaxation, coated in keef, live resin infused. Obviously, sativa, indica hybrid, any way you want to enjoy it. Gold Crown's a staple. They have them at all dispensaries around here, even at Loom. So make sure you tap in with them today at goldcrownextracts.com to see where you can get the Gold Crown Royal Jester at a local dispensary today.
Hey, look, man, I'm going to give you guys a little advice. If you're not smokers and you're trying to get into the recreational space of smoking, don't start with infused. Please do not start with infused. Don't start with joints or pre-rolls that have keef on them. Don't do that. Start with the regular sativa, the regular hybrid.
Gold Crown has those too.
No, I know. I'm saying 100%.
Some really fantastic advice.
It is. I'm saying still go to Still go to Gold Crown. Still go to Loom, but start with non-infused, non-extra keef, because you will legitimately have an experience that will make you say these words: "I am done.
Or just
never again."
Just hit it once. Just hit it once sometimes.
Nope.
The thing about drugs,
smoke regular.
You can always do more.
Nah, not on this show. Hey, the thing about cannabis.
Don't do it all at once.
Cannabis,
you can do more.
Cannabis. We gonna get over and promoting drugs.
Plants. But even
don't do drugs, kids.
No, listen.
Thank you.
Edibles. People do edibles and they eat the whole thing. Like they haven't eaten an edible in a year. You're gonna eat the whole thing then?
Yeah.
Like take a bite.
No, it is
you
pretty
can always
funny.
eat more, bro.
It is like Maz. Maz took a 5 and you swore it was a 50.
He took some home that he's gonna be using. I don't know if he's eaten them yet, but he's like, "Well, I gotta eat the whole one." And I'm like, "Just eat half." But I could eat the whole one. I could handle it. I'm like, "Just eat half."
Yesterday we did a whole segment as it relates to the top 25 college football stadiums and atmospheres, trying to ease you guys into the college space because football season is coming, and this year I promise you we are going to do right by you as it relates to college football, which is no longer collegiate. It is the NFL Junior Association. We're going to do right by you. So we started yesterday. We're going to continue today. Who are the top 25 teams as we start this season, preseason wise? Riley, you have the list.
Yes,
I have
do.
not seen it. Justin has not seen it, and neither has Anson. So
this is only one who has seen it.
This is per Anthon Sports, by the way. They have a great magazine that I'm reading through right now. And then once we get into the Phil Steele one, we're getting real nerdy, boys. So you guys better strap in, and ladies. I know ladies like college football too.
Don't worry, I'll bring those magazines too. I got some throwbacks for you, Justin.
Oh, okay. I can't wait.
I got some throwbacks from 02, 03, and 04.
Oh yeah, nice. All right, I can't wait to see it.
All right, so same rules as yesterday. Let's try to guess the 10. Yesterday, I want to say we got 9 of 10.
We were 9 of 9. We were 9 of 9.
9 of 9, and I think we had one miss.
Yeah, I missed.
And then we got and then we got it right. So let's go first. Number 1 team is gonna be easy. I know this for a fact.
I do too.
It's easy. It's the team that spends the most money. It's the team that we have been locked at the hip for the last 100+ years. It's gonna be Ohio State. Am I right?
Ding, ding, ding.
I agree.
All right, I'll go for that. Ohio State. I'm off the board.
1 of 1. All right. So we go. I'll kick it for number 2. For number 2, see this is where I can go. It could really go anywhere, but I'm gonna go with the defending national champs, and I'm gonna go with Indiana at number 2.
We have our first incorrect answer.
Are they in the top 10?
Are they in the top 10 though?
The Indiana Hoosiers are in the top 10.
Okay, so technically we don't have an incorrect, but we were trying to get 10 in a row. So to your point, we didn't get 10 in a row, but we don't have any misses yet.
You want me to say where they are ranked?
Yes.
Yes, please.
And Indiana is ranked 5th to start the season.
Really?
5th. Okay.
So take that information as you will.
If they're ranked 5th, I know who's I know who's ahead of them.
I do too.
Yeah. It's on you, Anson.
Pick the big dog. Read my words.
No, I mean LSU. I don't know, man. I know Alabama's not good anymore.
I'm sorry.
You could have went with the rival. I guarantee they're in there. Where is
Tennessee?
LSU is ranked 10th.
Anson! Oh!
Anson!
Attaboy.
Way to keep us going.
Barely safe in there.
You know what? You in there.
From downtown.
No
Come
such
on,
thing as
Anson.
barely, baby. You
Let's
did
go,
it.
baby.
You did. All right, here you go. You know what high school I went to? I went to Martin Luther King High School.
I did know that,
in
actually.
Detroit. You know who else went to Martin Luther King? It's Dante Moore, the current quarterback for the Oregon Ducks. Give me the Oregon Ducks.
I will give you the Oregon Ducks.
What number?
They
What
are
number?
ranked 6th in the preseason polls.
Okay. We in there.
All right, I'm nailing number 2 right here. All right, and if I'm wrong, then Anson, I think there's no way you're not gonna get it. Number 2, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Damn it.
You are incorrect on the number. They are in the top 10. They are 4th.
4, okay.
But they are not 2.
Anson, you got a chance to get 2, bro.
This one's not that hard.
It is a gimme. I know what it is. Come on, Anson, you got this, baby. Think about dynasties.
No, well, I mean, I keep seeing like Alabama's offseason
Don't
good.
Don't
so
take
I'm
Alabama.
not going to say them.
A different dynasty down there.
I mean, that's not a dynasty. No, I can't shoot. Where am I at here? Florida. I know they're not.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, they're not. I don't think they're gonna be ranked.
He tanked us. Give me Georgia.
There you go.
Georgia is number 2.
They're so close. The states, they border each other too.
This is fair.
So now we have Georgia 1. Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Notre Dame 4, and LSU, Oregon 6th, and LSU 10th.
Okay. It is on our resident college football guru.
I'm gonna go with their back, and I'm gonna go with Arch, the prodigal son, Hook 'em Horns, the Texas.
See, I was gonna say that team.
Satawa is back on track. He gets
Damn
it correct. Texas is number 3 to start the season.
There's my guy. All right, Anson. What you got for? You know what?
Going LCC, I'm going Clemson.
You are incorrect again,
Anson's tanking us over here.
They are not in the top 25.
Crushing it over here.
Tom Braylon.
Yeah, 100%. We said Texas. Oh, Miami.
Miami
There you go.
is ranked
Solid.
7th.
Miami.
See, I love
Miami
that
is ranked
scholarship
7th.
Miami.
And so now the only 2 numbers that we need left are 8 and 9.
8 and 9. All right.
These ones can be a little tricky.
These ones are. Oh, I got Texas Tech.
You will be incorrect. They are just on the outside at 12th.
Ooh.
I didn't know if this came out before or after the Sorsby stuff, so it was a shot in the dark. I had to go for it, guys. I'm sorry. I have some good ideas though.
The guys in East Lansing, right?
The hell.
Oklahoma.
Bang, bang.
Oh!
Number 8, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Let's go.
1 left.
Got me hyped.
Texas A&M.
And we
Beautiful
are done.
call, Braylon. Beautiful
Great
call.
call from the top rack. Texas A&M is number 9. So we will have Ohio State 1, Georgia 2, Texas 3, Notre Dame 4. The defending national champion is number 5, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Oregon 6, Miami 7th, Oklahoma 8, Texas A&M 9, and LSU 10.
What I will say about that list is 4 and 5 are going to be problems. And it's funny, they're both in the state of Indiana. Like, don't be surprised if Indiana is as good as they were last year.
That's what I've been saying, Bray.
I'm with you 100%. Don't be surprised if they're as good as they were last year. And freaking Notre Dame.
They're my dark horses to win the whole thing.
Same. Like, Notre Dame has a coach, and I don't even like talking about them like this, but since this is the new world, this is a different day. It's not the old Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman inspires a different type of will from the guys that play for him. Everybody that I heard that talks to him, I had a chance to meet him. Like, he knows what the hell he's doing down there. He brings a little bit of that Ohio State that he got from Tressel as a player, mixed in with his NFL experience, mixed in with He's elite. CJ Carr, is he gonna be in the Heisman? Shout out to my
definitely.
coach's grandson.
He will definitely be in the conversation.
All right. Well, we got a couple more minutes. Riley, let's go to 15.
15.
Yep. So you
I
already
can dig
said that we had 11.
No, I said you had 12.
You 12. Who was 12?
12 is Texas Tech.
12 was Texas Tech. All right. I don't know if they're 11, 13. They're going to be in the top 15. So I'm just going to go for the shot in the dark, the easy one.
Michigan is ranked 13th to start the season.
Okay. They love keeping Michigan close. That's it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
They got the talent. All they got to do is just let their quarterback play.
Hey, Anson, guess where Michigan State's ranked?
67.
72, just ahead of University of Texas San Antonio, baby.
Solid.
Where's BYU?
BYU, they are ranked in the top 25. They are ranked 16th.
Oh, I
to
almost
start
got
the
one in
season.
the top 15 for you, Jay. My bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's close.
All right. Let me go with SMU.
SMU is not in the top 15.
I feel like
SMU is 22nd to start the season.
Ooh.
Oh, it's your turn, but I know another SEC. It's two SEC schools. I know one of them for sure.
I will give Anson just a slight hint.
Oh,
I was going for the elite poll.
I was going to say Penn State without James Franklin.
Penn State is not, but I will give you just one more. This guy used to play in the state of Michigan. He's the quarterback.
Oh.
He used to play in the state of Michigan at a college somewhere.
Oh, at a college. I was thinking maybe it was, what is that, Nebraska that's got Don Raiola?
Good call. No, he's actually, what's his name now? He's at Oregon.
He left.
Yeah, he's the backup of Oregon now.
I'm tanking us. Let's send it to the expert.
Is Ole Miss on that list?
Ole Miss is that team. Nice. They are ranked 11th.
And who's their quarterback?
Trinidad Chambliss went to Ferris State.
That's actually who I was going to go with before you start giving the hint. I was like,
my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. I was like, I know that they're in there somewhere.
Yeah.
They're 14 or 30. All right.
All right. I'll wrap this up right here.
Gold all of my
USC.
chains.
USC is ranked 14th, so we have one more, and that is the 15th
Justin.
ranked team.
On you, Bray.
I done ran out of teams. You know what? Nah, his team's not gonna be good this year. I will take a hint.
Okay.
How
about that? Okay.
I love the way you said that.
It's like a spelling bee. Can I get the country of origin?
Country of origin, please. If this was any other year going back 10 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, the answer is Alabama, and it's been a hell of a show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in because it is 4:01 on the dot. We didn't get a chance to talk about World Cup yesterday. Argentina with a tremendous win in regular time, by the way.
Or a 19-year-old photo of Messi bathing a baby Yamal Amin.
I got that.
Come on!
This
is... It's too much. We'll get into
There's too much parody.
Cue the X-Files tomorrow, please.
Fair. But watching Messi play, like watching the assist, like his assist on the second goal was like, are you effing serious?
How about the look? Oh, yeah?
We'll see you guys. Oh, I got a movie to go see, man. We
stuff
appreciate
tomorrow.
you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. For Justin Riley. And
1 second. Just...
Man, we're out of here.
Wild, bro. What the hell is
Hold on.
what are we
that's
doing?
Jamal. That's the guy from Spain.
First of all, you know what that looks like? That looks like Charlize Theron and her kid. Oh, I'm out of here.
That looks like Han Solo.
The game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.